All right, Corey.
All right, welcome. God. Welcome back to the show, people. This is the Bad Porch Sports Podcast with the man Fonz.
And Quan.
And we got some of our guys from the War Room. They're on the porch tonight, and it's fitting to go down. Shots fired tonight. So, fellas, when you're ready, go ahead and introduce yourselves to the Back Porch world, man.
What's going on, good people? My name is Corey Johnson, of course, number one Ravens fan. I can't stand those sorry Bills. I said it. They sorry and they awful, and I'm ready to get it on. But Quan, I ain't scared of you at all.
Welcome to the Say It With Your Chest show.
Say it with your chest, boy. He ain't shooting saying with his chest. He fired shots.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, my man, you know what I'm saying? The veteran of the show that have been on 2 shows with us, man. Go on, holler at the people, man.
All right, James from Connecticut. You already know who I rep. Big Blue. I'm ready for the season to start off. I'm ready to be top competitors. Yup, I said it. Top competitors of the NFC East.
Oh, boy.
Wishful thinking.
My man's he fired shots off to the Cowboys, Commanders, and Eagles. He fired the shots off. Well, let me turn it up and look. He fired them shots off, man. All right. So this episode, this is the 4th edition of our critically acclaimed Say It With Your Chest.
Yes,
These episodes are special because we just kick back and talk. We don't have a general topic. We just sit back and just chill and just talk about, it's going to be some stuff. It's going to be some shots fired in this episode. Y'all should have been on the pre-show, but we ain't even going to talk about that. All right, fellas, this is the time. So we're going to go around the table. I want to kick it off, but I ain't going to kick it off. We're going to let the first time guest, Corey, my man, Flop Fam, and I don't even know Flop Fam carry weight anymore, man. But Corey, man, go get it off your chest, man. Say it with your chest, man.
All right. Let's start with first my Baltimore Ravens. Can somebody please explain to me why are we doing $113 million for Lamar Jackson? Okay, I understand that he's been hurt, but he's more valuable than, of course, Kyler Murray. Bougie, what's his name? Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying? He's pretty much number 2 in the division.
Housewife.
Yeah, pretty much.
1-2 stepping out there.
1-2 stepping, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He ain't been right since he married her.
He ain't been right.
So that's what I'm trying to get to. Because there's a lot of fleas that play that believe. That's the first thing I got to say. So go on.
Well, I'm gonna address this as I'm a Raven fan as well. So I'm gonna address that first part. The Ravens, remember I told y'all a while back in the War Room in the chat, the Ravens don't like nice things. The Ravens don't like nice things. First of all, Lamar Jackson is arguably the best quarterback we've drafted. Not gonna say signed, drafted. Even though they say Joe Flacco, he won a Super Bowl. Yeah, but, he did go off in that playoff run. 11 touchdowns, 0 picks. They ain't nothing to really snooze at. But Lamar Jackson made the Ravens relevant again. We stopped being relevant after Ed and Ray left the building. Well, really after Terrell left the building. So I look at it like this. The Ravens are lowballing them. This could be solved 1 or 2 ways. Either give the man his money, give him his due, give him what he's earned, or ship him somewhere, get some of them first-round picks. You only got 5 picks in this upcoming draft. Now, even with the picks, let's say he goes to somewhere like Detroit, or even better, right down the Beltway, Washington. Let's say he go to Washington. Washington gives up first-round picks. Well, them picks going to be low. They're going to be in the mid-20s, maybe late 20s when it come down to those picks. So at the end of the day, man, I just hope they get it resolved because I'm tired of him. But I'm a fan, but I'm tired of hearing about him. I'm tired of it.
This is my situation with that, and man, I always tell everybody, I think he's worth $200 million, $50 million. For 4 years, he $200 million. Now, if he turned that down, I mean, then hey, it's time for him to go. But now you're not going to get Deshaun Watson because the Browns are stupid. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't deserve that type of money. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, $200 million is what he should get. Now, if he don't want the $200 million, then he need to go on up the road. We need to get some draft commodity, because I'm just really, really tired of it because he is being selfish. And he got hurt for 2 years. So.
Right.
That is facts.
Yeah, no.
I mean, he missed out on 10 games in the last 2 years. Has one playoff win to his name, but I can't even hold that against him.
Right.
Think about it. And I said something about it last week. The scheme was terrible. I don't think even though with a new offensive coordinator, I don't really think it's gonna really change that much. But you had Gregory Roman as his offensive coordinator.
Right. Well, y'all got rid of him, so
thankfully.
Right.
I've been
say
banging the table. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I think he deserves to get as much money as he deserves. At the end of the day, it's a business. So, players got to bet on themselves, make the most money that they could possibly make. And being that this is the first time, his second contract, other than his rookie contract, I think he deserves it. Whether the Baltimore Ravens front office believe that he deserves that, I still think he should put himself first. Sometimes every player got to put themselves first because it's a business at the end of the day.
Facts.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know what the Ravens want to do. The Giants is still in the same shoe, kind of like with y'all with the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones asking for $45 million or higher. I don't know. All I know is we gotta keep these dudes in house. We gotta keep these dudes in the building. That's all I know.
You got to pay both. You got to pay him and Saquon though.
Saquon can walk. I'm sorry.
Yo, John,
Saquon got to walk.
I agree.
Saquon can walk.
Saquon got to walk.
I'm with you on that though, because think about it. Last year was the season that he was healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like he rarely, if I can remember, he rarely missed time last year, and he actually balled last year. But yeah, if you asking for what's the going rate for a running back? About what? About 175 million. Let's just throw a number. 175 million. Oh no, you ain't getting that. No.
Nah.
Yeah, he asking for, I think 15 million a year. So that's a little too high.
15 million for like 4 years.
Yeah, he's more like in like, because his rookie contract gives him 10 million a year. So
it's like
the
10
Giants
for 4 years, right?
had offered him. Yeah, the Giants had offered him I think 13 million or 12 million midway through the season on our bye, and he turned it down.
Wow.
He's trying to look for that top dollar like Christian McCaffrey.
Oh man,
he's not.
But he's not no.
He's not getting that.
But he's not a C-Mac though, man.
Yeah, he not getting that. He's not getting that. I'm sorry. I like Saquon.
I think what really messed him up was his injury set him back a lot, which is, the injuries that he had was significant. Because Saquon, I mean, if he can stay healthy, he can get that money. But right now, isn't this his first season being fully healthy for the entire 17 weeks of the season?
Yeah. This is first time being healthy.
So, go ahead.
Honestly, Christian McCaffrey and Saquon, they've been banged up a lot in their careers. They kind of like
Christian
similar.
McCaffrey, boy, it seemed like he was injured at 6 weeks. Good guy.
The only thing with Christian McCaffrey, what makes him so valuable is that, one, he never really lost his speed with those injuries. Two, the offensive line in Carolina really helped him a lot than what the Giants did for Saquon. And here's another one: receiving. He's a receiver.
Yeah,
right. He can play. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So he can catch out the backfield.
That's what got Christian McCaffrey that contract.
Well, you let C-Mac play slot, get him on a good drag. Right,
I'm about to say he could be
y'all
a great slot receiver.
Good guy.
He could be like, honestly, C-Mac could be like a Wes Walker type. So you're getting more for your value.
He could play quarterback that time. They were talking about anybody. I wanted to see that, man.
You get more for your value. Where Saquon, he's basically the battering ram.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he built like Earl Campbell, but them tires, you you had to go to the Mexican shop to get tires for it. My bad, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah, shots fired.
Hey, don't dookie on him now. Don't dookie on him.
No, don't talk. Look, listen. No, I got some quality tires from the best place. Look, listen.
I'm talking about discounted.
Look, $35 a clip.
Feel like Black Friday out there. Yeah.
Shoot, my car was wobbling one time. Boy, I went and got some tires. He was like, yo, your tires messed up. I said, all right, go ahead, fix it. $50. I had a whole set.
Senor, God bless Senor. Yeah.
But yeah, man, like Saquon, though, I don't think he's going to be in New York long because they're going to try to push the assets to Daniel Jones. I'm anxious to see who's going to get paid first. Is it going to be Lamar Jackson or Daniel Jones?
Daniel Jones. They made it clear already. They made it clear. I'm sorry, but Saquon got to walk. And honestly, I don't see him getting that top dollar with any other team because check this out. The free agency class is full of talented running backs.
Yeah, because you got Alvin Kamara coming out as a free agent this year.
Yeah, and then in the draft, there's a lot of running backs too.
Right.
So I'm looking at my Giants. I'm like, come on. All right, we like Saquon. We obviously want him to stay in the building, but for the right dollar.
Right. Right.
You don't want to overpay a running back in this day and age. Running backs are basically disrespected, and they don't last long.
Yeah, they have a short shelf life, and then of course they've been disrespected for years. Well, here's my kicker. I know a team that's stupid enough to get them though.
Who that?
Baltimore.
Right, bro.
Baltimore would be stupid enough to get him. I promise you. Watch it,
bro. You just took the words right out my mouth.
Wow. Watch it.
Wow.
Baltimore. That's a Baltimore move,
and you know what? That's my whole thing with this whole Lamar Jackson thing. Like, it shouldn't even have got this far to this point where he is even still in negotiation. Deal should have been done in his MVP season. And doggone, how are you gonna go sign Roquan Smith, make him the highest paid middle linebacker? Are y'all hearing me right now? And don't sign Lamar Jackson. Like, y'all are still in the mindset like we're gonna run the ball and play good defense, which is great. But when you
can't run the ball without Lamar.
But when you have a talent,
because he can run better than most running backs.
Listen. And that, I feel like with Baltimore, they want to kind of blame this durability thing at him. Which you can't even do that because most of these quarterbacks is running outside of the pocket anyway. The pocket passes era is over. It's over.
I ain't gonna say it's over.
It's not over, but it's not common no more. Like these guys are gonna escape the pocket, try to extend the play. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? So, but it's bothering me because if y'all let Lamar Jackson walk, y'all deserve everything coming to y'all. Every single thing.
Facts.
Every single thing. Y'all gonna suffer if y'all let Lamar Jackson.
We're gonna suffer so bad.
Y'all gonna suffer bad, man. Y'all don't need to let him walk like that, man.
I guarantee you, and Corey, you could probably vouch. It's gonna get so bad if they don't sign Lamar Jackson that Steve Bisciotti's gonna sell that team.
If Deshaun Watson is getting $250 million,
man, that was the
Browns.
What happened with that?
It was the Browns, but at the same time, like. When you look at that, you be like, yo, really? Like, how can a guy, and Deshaun Watson is good when he's on the field. Used to be.
No.
The last when he was consistent.
Deshaun Watson had maybe
Deshaun
2
Watson
good years.
Yeah, he had some good time now.
Maybe
No.
he did make it to a championship. But he had to go all roads lead to Kansas City, so he had to go up to Kansas City and face that music.
Deshaun Watson was nice at a point in time. Anyway,
in college, yeah.
I disagree. You think about Big Ben again.
Huh?
You think about Big Ben again. No, they were not good at all. He's the same thing as when he was not good. No.
Big Ben is gone, Eli gone, Tom gone. Finally, thank God. I'll say that with my chest. Thank God, Tom Brady is gone. Yes.
The NFL,
celebrate.
The NFL messed up.
Celebrating. Woo! I don't think he gone.
No,
he gone for real.
I don't think Brady go, man.
He said he ain't even gonna play with no more, man. He done did his announcement already. He faked the retirement last year. He sat at the beach and retired.
Fellas, I know why he happy Brady gone.
Glad he gone.
I know why. Because for a minute, y'all couldn't really rock with Brady like that, though.
That too, and they cheated us a few games too.
Oh Lord, have mercy! Come on, man.
What?
Come on, man.
Now, granted,
God.
that I think it was who was the tight? It was the tight end.
Jesse James touchdown. Rigged.
That was sketchy. But everything else, they have beat y'all straight up.
I don't
Beat
care,
y'all like y'all
I'm glad he gone. He beat everybody straight up. He didn't beat all 32 teams out there. He beat every team. I'm glad he gone. He was gonna play until he was 50. Good God.
Man, he got
7 rings. Why is he even still here?
Yeah, he didn't beat my Giants when it mattered. So take that 32, make it 31.
Good. And he lost to them twice.
I mean, we did knock him out the playoffs a couple of times.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all couldn't get the job done. And y'all team was stacked. Polamalu, James Harrison.
Oh, shots fired.
Big Ben. Who else y'all had?
You know all them names though.
I'm saying, who could win?
But
But
it's making sense though. Y'all had that stacked of a defense, but could not get past Brady.
They cheated us every time.
The same way Manning couldn't get past Brady.
They cheaters.
One time.
Once a cheater, always.
Look, I gave him one. You know what I'm saying?
Gave him one.
Look, I usually y'all. I don't give Steelers fans nothing.
I don't care, man. Listen, I ain't gotta prove nothing to y'all. I'll see y'all twice a year. We play twice a year. Be good games though. Good games. But
the referees have y'all out the last game.
I got an understanding of Baltimore. I ain't even worried about Baltimore because Baltimore ain't worried about me. So you know what I mean? It ain't spoken till it's between the white lines. Now, if you catch me when we live, that's different.
Oh boy.
But outside of that, I really got respect for Baltimore. I mean, I would love for y'all to do that. I want to play you at your best. I want you to sign Lamar Jackson. I want you to go out there and get him a few receivers. Yeah.
You sure you want that?
I want that. Because at the end of the day, I'm still going to be a Steelers fan, so it don't even matter.
Hey.
Win, tie, lose, it don't matter.
I like the way you think, though. I mean, you got to ride with your team.
I like the way you think.
I like the way you think. I ain't gonna lie, because you roll with them on some bull jive.
James, what's your what draft picks y'all got? Do you know?
We got the 25th overall.
In the first round.
Yeah.
I see y'all going offensive line though.
I wouldn't be mad at that. I like that Osiris guy from Florida, the guard.
Mm-hmm.
I like him. This is the crazy thing. A lot of Giants fans talking about receivers. This receiver class, they not better. They're not even better than last year.
No,
right.
You know, true. And free agency, they ain't good. The best receiver is Juju, TikTok boy.
He ain't TikTok in Kansas. He ain't TikTok in Kansas.
Hey, Marquand, how you feel about Juju winning the Super Bowl?
He had the lead to get it.
It's crazy. That's crazy. If you think about it, AB left, got a ring. Juju left.
But see, the thing about Pittsburgh is we make these.
Emmanuel Sanders.
left and got a ring.
The league wouldn't know these receivers if it wasn't for Pittsburgh. We can find a receiver anywhere.
Like the only one that did not win a ring
outside
was Mike Wallace. And Plexico left, got a ring. Like, good God.
So my question is
himself
to you.
too.
Hold on, my question is to you. Why y'all can't win with them? Yes.
Why we can't win what?
Why y'all can't win with them? Why they have to leave and go somewhere else and win?
Because we never get the job done in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Jacksonville.
Bottom line. Even when we made the playoffs that last year, year before last of Ben's season, we were struggling then.
I mean, y'all backed in the playoffs. This is.
I mean, we ain't really made the play. We ain't made the playoff boldly, and since about 2017,
right?
When we went in there boldly, like at a high seed. All these other seasons, man, we've been getting or somebody will lose and we get in there. But the thing I like about it is we still relevant. Like Steelers just don't die. They just ain't gonna die off.
They don't die. They multiply.
They multiply, roaches. Man. Mike Tomlin is one of the best coaches in the league. Like you can give the man a G League team, and you still got a chance to the playoffs. Literally.
Here's my question. You was still a fan, right? I understand that y'all ain't had a losing season in almost 20 years. Why y'all happy with that?
Because a lot of teams can't say that.
That is true. I can't even get mad. Hey, I'm done with it. I've been wanting to ask a fan this for a minute.
A lot of teams can't say that.
I can't even get mad at it.
Like, over the last decade, 2 decades, no losing seasons.
But hold on.
Hey.
But what do you got to show for it, though?
We may not have nothing to show for it.
Regular season wins?
But my what regular season wins lead to?
Mediocrity.
Hold on.
What do you got to do in order to make the playoffs?
You got to win in the regular season.
Exactly.
But in the case of Pittsburgh, y'all I see
how this
good.
I see. It's the world against Pittsburgh right now.
Y'all just dumped on Baltimore. Okay. We done went to New York, Baltimore. Now we in Pittsburgh.
The world against
y'all the only world.
Got 2 Ravens fans. Hey. That's shot fire right there. Shoot the gun. 2 Ravens fans right here. Then I got a knowledgeable Giants fan right here that know ball right here. And I'm sitting here taking all this heat.
No, it ain't no heat, but I'm just saying, it's just I'm not even covering that.
Y'all better pay me, man. I'm standing up for y'all.
Yeah, boy, he's standing with just running down his leg. He's standing.
No, man, go ahead.
But still, like, y'all, it's like y'all okay with being mediocre. When I was growing up, the Steelers, nah. Yeah, we might, the Steelers were the Steelers. I ain't even gonna front. I ain't even mad at them, but the Steelers was not. I mean, hey,
I just accept it for what it is, and right now, what it is, it's a complete rebuilding stage. Yeah, start from scratch, from the flower.
Well, I know there's another team in the North will be rebuilding.
Who that
purple and black team? It'll shock me.
Yeah, I gonna get y'all stuff together off that man. $270 million guaranteed.
We're gonna get ourselves together.
I'm gonna say y'all gonna get y'all stuff together because y'all know
it's Cincinnati's division to lose.
All right, question for y'all: what's the hardest division in football?
AFC North.
No, be biased now. Don't be biased.
The hardest division, honestly, the hardest division is the NFC East. To be real,
NFC East,
because nobody has won it back to back.
That is true. That is true. James, what you think?
Right now, I got to give it to AFC East.
AFC East. So he's saying doggone Buffalo, Patriots, Dolphins, and Jets.
Yes, not yet, Jets.
Not yet.
But
they might if they sign Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, if right.
Think about this. these last season games, man, they was really beating up each other in that division, man.
They really were.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, even with Miami, like in the beginning of the year, they really started off hot.
Mm-hmm.
But then Tua got hurt, concussed, if you will, and they just fizzled back into mediocrity.
All right, so I just thought,
And then they don't have no defense.
Well, they ain't got no defense either, but I don't know, man. It's. But see, AFC North, dude, I feel like they do that more often. I will say, because it's just like all of us kind of have our own way of the pass rush. I feel like as far as like getting to the quarterback, AFC North is where you want to go. Outside before TJ, I'm talking about like before TJ. Well, I'm talking about like the history. I'm talking about the history, like the history of like having that front
Right.
seven,
Right?
You know what I mean. But I don't know, man. The AFC East.
It's a toss up between NFC East, AFC East, and AFC North. See, the thing about the AFC North, everybody in that division has the same mentality. They just do it differently.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody outside of maybe Cincinnati will run the ball. Look at the running backs in the AFC North. Okay, y'all do have a running back. I'm sorry. And then defense, to your point, defense. Even with defense, like everybody's defenses they're like similar, but like I said, it's different ways. But that can't be the hardest division because I've seen times Pittsburgh won it back to back. I've seen times Baltimore won it back to back. Shoot, I've seen times Cincinnati won it back to back. They just did. So I do it by the degree of difficulty. Right. I mean, I look at it for the degree of difficulty, and the division with the highest degree of difficulty got to be the NFC East.
That is true.
It got to be that.
Time after time again, they always about got the same record.
Listen, like you get about week 10, and everybody got between 7 and 8 wins already.
So another question: how y'all feel about the Tennessee Titans and what they should do in order for them to compete? Because honestly, they don't have a competitive division. Let's be honest.
They need a quarterback.
But
they need a quarterback.
They drafted Malik Willis.
He's not the quarterback. I can tell you that right now.
So y'all couldn't see that. Y'all couldn't see him starting.
No. He started a couple of games this past year, and what happened?
He choked.
Did the Titans trade up for him?
Did they?
No, they got
they got him out the draft. They won a lot of quarterbacks drafted last year.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It was Kenny.
It was like Malik, 3 or 4 quarterbacks.
Like the quarterbacks didn't really move to like the second day.
Right.
So I want to say he was a second day. Matter of fact, I know he was a second day pick because they had Kenny Pickett going to Tennessee at that time. But then I think Tennessee picked before y'all, and they wound up getting Malik Willis.
How did they trade away AJ Brown? Because he was traded on the same day. I think they trade up.
Let me research real quick.
And speaking of Derrick Henry, I feel like they wasting his time.
Yeah.
Running back life ain't already. It's not long already in the league, and he's already had a few successful seasons already, and he suffered an injury.
Everybody's not scared of Derrick Henry no more. You got to realize that they done figured him out. You put enough people in the box, he can't run up them holes no more. I mean,
you got to make him stop his feet, but
if you do
that's a task though. That's easier said than done.
Well, I mean, a lot of people tackling him one-on-one this year.
The only team that I really seen that like isolated him was the Buffalo Bills with Von Miller. They did a great job isolating Derrick Henry.
I mean,
this season that I seen live.
I mean,
my Giants.
I'm not saying nobody hasn't done it.
No,
but I'm talking about this season.
This particular season, But I mean, when we played,
Steelers did it. You know,
I mean, we played in the playoffs. We kind of set the tone because
he
was like 50 yards rushing.
Hit him. Hit him hard. You got to stop him right there at the line of scrimmage.
But get back to AJ Brown though. So they basically traded the 18th, the 101st overall pick to get back in the first round, I want to say. And they got Traylon Burks. So he was supposed to be the poor man or the great value daggone AJ Brown.
Yeah.
But that didn't pan out. So yeah, they basically traded him in picks. So they traded their first round pick and the 101st overall and moved up in the first round to get that guy, Traylon Burks.
Yeah, Tennessee, they just got some big decisions to make, man. Whether Malik Willis is the guy or not. If he's not their guy, it's time to close shop and just start all over from scratch, man.
So get rid of Derrick Henry, is what you saying?
Is what you're saying? Get rid? Yeah, that's
got
about
a lot
to
of
say.
miles
Like,
on.
I don't know. I don't know.
A lot of miles. I don't think they. I mean, honestly, with a running back of
he got good miles, highway miles.
I mean, he got some highway miles, sort of. Like he done went up and down the East Coast. But if you look at it, just think about the last couple of seasons with Derrick Henry. He been hurt.
He only got hurt one time, right?
The last couple of seasons,
he had the foot injury.
His foot was one. And I want to say the season before last he got hurt.
Nah, that was his 2K season.
That's what it was. Because he had came. No, wait a minute. Because they was in the playoffs, not this past year, but the year before, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And he had came back.
He came back though.
Oh, he came back too early.
He came back too early. Like he should have set it. He should have shut it down.
He was still won.
He was still broken up inside.
So can we all agree that Kansas is the best team in the NFL right now?
But right now,
Kansas. How y'all feel about Kansas?
Yeah, they're the best team in the league. Just somebody beat them.
I won't say they the best team in the NFL. The coach, I feel like they got the best coach in the NFL today.
He coaching like he never coached before. So
but if you want to go,
praying, Jesus help me call this play call, Lord, give me vision right now in the name of Jesus. I'm gonna motion the receiver over to the left, and they won't fake it, and then throw it to the right.
Something wrong with this.
Go ahead, James.
Well, man, about to throw some points out there. Go ahead, man.
They got the best coach and best quarterback in the league. That's what I could give them. Yeah. But as team, no, I can't say they the best team.
Yeah, because that wasn't even the best Kansas City team in the past 5 years, if you look at it.
I mean, no, it won't, but it is.
But they still got the job. Hold on. But they still got the job done, though.
They did. I mean, I'm shocked.
I mean, until you
me too. Everybody shocked. The world shocked.
Until you beat the king of the mountain, which is Patrick Mahomes. I mean, there's nothing you could do. I mean, they got rid of Tyreek Hill, and this man's still out here averaging almost 300 yards a game passing. I mean, they're still. I gotta give it to him,
man. I just feel like Patrick Mahomes is number one best quarterback.
Yeah, I mean,
like I'm gonna answer that question like this: if you watch wrestling, Ric Flair said, "To beat a man, you got to beat the man."
Right.
Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and them. That's the man.
And they've been in the AFC for what? You can in the AFC for the last 5 years, right? Last 5-6 years. They can't beat him. But you can't beat him until you beat him and stop him from getting there. He's getting there, and then when he gets to the Super Bowl, he's winning.
The problem with people when they play Kansas is that people get a league on Kansas that feel good about themselves. They go to sleep, they lay down, they get all good, feeling good, you get a little 10, 14 point lead. Oh yeah, they done. Mm-hmm. Never done. Never. Never, man.
The only team,
honestly, can't count them out.
The only team I could see dethroning Kansas City, and they've done it already. It's got to be Cincinnati.
They play them tough.
Well, this is the thing about Cincinnati.
But they
got some decisions.
Right.
They got some stuff they got to figure out now.
They own it.
They got to do T. Higgins. You got Joe Burrow, and you got Jamar Chase. Who you going to pay?
Right.
And they notoriously cheap. They cheaper than us.
Exactly.
They're gonna wind up trading T. Higgins.
I don't think,
because honestly he could be a number one on somebody's team. To be real,
I don't think Cincinnati ain't gonna have no trouble though, because You don't really hear about Cincinnati having trouble signing their players.
And
yeah, you do. That's why Carson Palmer left.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, who in the world is Carson Palmer?
Who ain't Carson Palmer? What you talking about?
He beat them sorry Steelers a couple of times every time he played them. Shots
Pretty sure he
fired,
beat
please.
them Ravens too.
Hey, barely. The referees gave him the game. But let me ask y'all this though: Do y'all think Pat Mahomes going to pass Tom Brady?
As far as rings, yes, he has the opportunity.
He has a chance. He got a chance, but
he only need 5 more.
You're gonna see.
You said it like it's easy.
He
gotta go.
It took Brady almost. It took him 20 years.
Super Bowl 3 times.
Brady at this stage in Brady's career, he been 3 times and lost.
Who in the league right now? Okay, let's talk. Let's go ahead and bring this on. Right now, go ahead, James. Go ahead.
All right, before you get to that, this dude, what Tom Brady did was he will never be done again. Tom Brady beat 3-4 generations of quarterbacks. It's about the longevity.
Yeah.
I don't see Patrick Mahomes playing for a long
longevity.
time.
He already been injured. He already been banged up.
Man, my man's hobbled his way to a championship. Like
it was a high ankle sprain.
Go get yourself a high ankle sprain, and then you come and tell me.
But y'all had like he tore his ACL or something.
But
and he still ran.
So you're saying
the ball with a high ankle sprain.
So because they gave him that Percocet. I told you what happened.
They didn't give him no Percocet, man.
Shots fired.
They did.
Hey, you seen with Byron Jones? Byron Jones.
They ain't give him no Percocet.
That dude Byron Jones.
That's hogwash. I feel like
he said, "Don't take their medicine."
If Patrick Mahomes, the only one thing that Tom Brady would teach you is that whatever you put in your body, you get out. And if you take care of the vessel like you're supposed to, Patrick Mahomes can play just as long as Tom Brady.
Okay,
just as long.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you.
He can be anything that you want him to be.
All right, you on that Mahomes bandwagon. I feel you, because recency bias is going to allow you to do that. So I got you. Do you think they won this Super Bowl this year because of Patrick Mahomes or because of Andy Reid?
Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes? Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long you think he's going to continue to put that team on his back? He put Kansas City on his back. Let's just be real.
I don't think.
I don't think he's not. Yeah, go ahead, McCall.
Go ahead, Corey.
No, I don't think it's going to be a problem because, I mean, he's already proven he can carry a team no matter what. I mean, like I tell anybody, I mean, if you watch him play, you got to hit him and you can never catch him because he's just so elusive. I mean, and he's proven he can carry the team. And that's what I'm saying.
And if
he can do it.
But can he do it 5 more times? No, can he do it 6 more times? Because he got to win 6 to pass, bro.
I don't think he's going to get 8. But he gonna compete for that 7. I don't know. I don't know whether he could do 8. But I feel like just in general, though, thinking about his success right now at his age, Kansas ain't let him go no time soon. He's gonna retire a Kansas City fan. I mean, player.
Right.
So, and if he take care of his body, and if Kansas take care of him like they are. Financially, at least.
Financially, I got something for that. Don't even worry.
You know what I mean? I mean, the only piece that they really lost was Tyreek Hill, and that's because they didn't want to pay Tyreek Hill the guaranteed money. The only reason why the deal didn't get done with Tyreek Hill was because the guaranteed money wasn't where he wanted it to be. So when Baltimore called him, Baltimore went all out on him, and he took him. I mean, Miami. I'm sorry.
I wish we would.
I wish you would have had
Miami went all out on him. So,
but I look at it like this, because see,
outside of that, they play with
Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes are 2 different entities. They gonna have to come back to that table and talk bread at some point. Oh yeah, you gave me a $500 million, 10-year contract. Yeah, we need more.
The market's going up.
The market is leading.
Said it.
No. Deshaun Watson set the precedence, because this is what I'm about to bust on you. Guaranteed contracts, whether they like it or not, it is coming. Baseball already has it. I think basketball has it to a certain degree. They're coming to the NFL.
Yeah.
Fully guaranteed, not guaranteed percentage.
I think it might matter about
fully guaranteed.
The round you get
so now
to
when Patrick Mahomes come back to the table and start talking bread, come on.
Right.
Is he going to sustain that type of success after he pretty much take the money that he really want to get?
No, he may not. He may not.
They had to give him stock in the Kansas City Royals to cut that check.
But they ain't gonna let Patrick Mahomes go though, man. They ain't gonna let him go. I think Kansas will be willing to give him whatever Patrick Mahomes get because, as Corey said, he done shown that he can play with less. Outside of doggone Tyreek Hill, I mean, and Travis Kelce, we forgetting all about Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is one of the best tight ends that ever been played the game already.
I mean,
yeah. And he's 32 years old, right?
Right.
He's not young.
He's not young, but shoot, he got more accomplishment than Gronk right now outside the ring. Only thing Gronk got him on his rings. Everything else.
How many more years you think he's going to be there though?
Who? Travis Kelce?
Yeah.
But see, the thing about Travis Kelce is he can run route. He a route running too.
But how many more
years? You don't really
years?
need speed for that.
Bro, how many more years do you think Travis Kelce is going to be there?
So he's 32 right now. So I give him about 3-4 years.
But that's one of his keys. You take a Kelce away from him. You've already taken Hill.
But see, they're developing more players.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't end with Travis Kelce.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is him. You know, he can do it with anything. He proved me. He showed me he could do that without him. You know, even though Hill wasn't his number one guy, Travis Kelce is. But I feel like he can still ball out.
He's gonna ball out, and they. I mean, like I said, they're gonna make sure he gonna have somebody. He's like one of those quarterbacks that can play with gray faces.
That is true. That is true. But I'm just concerned about the longevity of that because his offensive coordinator, even though everybody says Bieniemy didn't have nothing to do with that, but I really feel like he had some type of input somewhere. I know Reed was not doing it by himself because if that would have been the case, when Reed was in Philly, when he had Donovan McNabb and a TO on one leg, I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah, that's the real question. That's the real question. How many years Andy Reid going to coach?
Exactly. You think he gonna stick around for that? He gonna have to win the next 6.
Okay, he's 64.
He been in the league for like 20 years, right?
But he's 64.
Andy Reid been in the league. I was a kid.
Yeah, 20 plus.
I was in like middle school when he got hired by the Eagles.
Coaching.
I remember Reed. I remember Andy Reid being on the Green Bay staff. That's how I'm showing age.
How old is Bill Belichick?
Bill Belichick, he's infinite. He's
Andy Reid like 64 right now.
But okay, 64. You've been in the league already almost 30 years.
But it's not like they're playing though. They're just using this and what they already know, schematics.
Okay,
that's the only thing it is. They just using this.
65, you retire.
Yeah, but
Belichick stayed there. Well, you know what? It makes sense because Belichick stayed there because, I mean, honestly, we give it a buck.
Only thing these guys.
While Belichick was responsible for putting all of that together because he was responsible for the defense that gave Brady his early rings. Brady kind of, it's like because I'm going to go ahead and say it, Brady made Belichick. He made him. Because if you look at the totality, I'm going to tell you why. The New England Patriots was not his first stint as a coach. Everybody forgets that he was the head coach of the Cleveland Browns before the move. Yeah. And they made the playoffs once. In 2000, Brady was drafted, right?
How long Belichick coached for Browns?
Let me see. I got you. Give me a minute.
Because I know he was I think he was the defensive coordinator for the Giants.
Yeah. He was defensive coordinator for y'all.
Yeah.
As a head coach, his first to the head coach did not go so well. Now we can blame it on Modell moving the Browns to Baltimore. But even before that, like, no.
Okay, I see where you're going, but I don't think he made.
I think they made each other. I think they made each other.
You think Belichick wins the Super Bowl without Tom Brady?
Not as many, no.
You think, okay, his quarterback in 2000, when he signed, he was the coach for the Jets for like 24 hours, then he went to New England. His quarterback was Drew Bledsoe. Does he win rings with Drew Bledsoe?
Exactly, and that's why you saying that. I mean, how can you say
out one or two, but not as many? Nah.
Well, yeah, so how can you say that Belichick made Brady?
I didn't say Belichick. I said Brady made Belichick.
Oh, okay.
Boy, you gotta listen.
I'm listening.
I'm trying to find his coaching record for Cleveland. Give me a second. I'm doing that and running my mouth at the same time. But honestly, though, it kind of makes sense because he didn't really sniff success until Bledsoe got knocked out the game by the Jets. And that year they went on to the Super Bowl and beat the Rams. Then they went back to the Super Bowl, and I want to say they beat Carolina. Then they went back to the Super Bowl, and they beat the Eagles. They missed, I think they missed the playoffs that year. Then they went back to they went back and played the Giants.
But didn't you say they defense carrying them?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be real. The defense did carry him. I give them that. But even with that, but they had that same exact team the year before Brady became the starter. Why did they go 6-10?
I'm not saying that it's all of Tom and it's all of Brady. It takes a combination of both.
Yeah, that's why I feel like they kind of made each other.
Bill is a defensive minded coach. He's a genie, a defensive minded genie. And Tom is Tom. He runs that offense. So that's why Bill Belichick got branches off so many coaches for head coaches positions, because Bill is like, hey, you do your thing with the offense and I'm gonna make sure my defense is straight. Right. That's why Tom Brady had so much leeway and influenced his OCs and position coaches on offense. That's why. Right. I mean, but Bill just took his hands back and like, yo, y'all get this thing straight, and I'm gonna get my defense, defense straight. And back to what my client about like coaching at age and stuff, it all catches up because this world has changed. It's different. It's not the 90s, not the 2000s, not the 2010s. Technology is different. So those older coaches, it's hard to break them out of that old way because ain't no way.
It is. Yeah. But getting back to the first question about Belichick staying in Cleveland, I'm gonna just list off the years that they made playoff appearances, starting for the first time into the most recent. 1950, 1951, 52, 53, 54, 55, 57, 58, 64, 65, 67, 68, 69, 71, 72, 1980, 82, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 1994, 2002, 2020. Belichick was the coach of the Browns from 1991 to 2000. I'm not to 2000 to 1995 when they moved, because I was, a little kid back in them days. He went to the playoffs once.
Wow.
In 5 years, in 4.5 years.
I didn't realize he was there that long.
He went once. So to me,
so that makes
it makes me almost 40. So if you look at it from the totality of it, I really feel like, yes, they was like a sweet symphony together, but I feel like Brady had the hand in getting Belichick where he needed to be. And in that time period, wasn't nobody thinking about Bill Belichick.
Well, who was the quarterback for the Browns when
Belichick? Exactly.
But also, check this out. Check this out. What division they was playing in? He had to go against.
They was in the old AFC. Right? Yes, sir. They was in the old AFC Central, so they had to go against the Oilers at the time before they moved to Tennessee. They had to go against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who came out of nowhere when they first came out. But looking at the playoff race,
they didn't have about 40 different quarterbacks in the last 70 years. I do feel.
Dag, man. I lost my train of thought. Okay, this is crazy because they went up against the Pete Carroll-led Patriots on January 1st, 1995, and they beat them. So he won a playoff game. Let me go and scroll down to the divisional round. Never mind. So they got beat up by Pittsburgh 29-9. So they lost by 20.
Definitely. Better act like you know. Big bro.
Lord, Pittsburgh. Here we go. Pittsburgh.
Big brother.
So, I mean, but after 1995.
Nobody come to see you, Otis.
Here he goes. After 1995, you didn't hear about Bill Belichick until he got hired for the Jets. And then he wrote on the napkin that he didn't want to be the coach of the Jets. And then he went to New England. I mean, it's like this. I look at it like this.
But that's what made him, though.
His claim to fame, honestly, is
It
them
came through
defenses
Tom
for
Brady.
the New York Giants. That's his claim to fame, if you want to be real. Tom Brady was a 6th-round draft pick.
Right.
Did nobody know that was coming? But when it came, I mean, if you're Bill Belichick, what do you do? You sit back and chill and go for the ride and just put the pieces together. All right, go make it work.
Right. They got tired of moving all around like that, and he made it home.
Listen,
you know, he got that 6th-round pick. Said, boy,
like for real, like it's my opinion. Honestly, it's my opinion that if you go back and look at the history of it, Brady had a hand in making Belichick what he is.
100%.
Brady made it.
You took me to school.
You
took me to school.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Brady carried Bill Belichick.
He carried him because without and then look at the recency bias. Without Brady,
and Brady went to Tampa Bay and won one. And Bill Belichick and has not been relevant since.
He went to the playoffs once.
But I'll say this. What if Bill Belichick didn't coach him all those years and with the Patriots? Do he still win the same amount of rings? Because it was some of those games.
Honestly, he wouldn't have started.
Yeah, he wouldn't have started though.
He would have been Brady. Had he not got that opportunity, he would have been the Ryan Fitzpatrick of the early 2000s. He would have been shipped around everywhere.
But Brady doesn't. Bill wasn't the person in charge of drafting him. It was the GM.
Now, who's the GM? And Brady. Belichick was the GM though.
But
he left the Jets because the Patriots gave him a sweeter offer. I'll make you the GM.
Word. Okay.
Yeah, he was the GM. Yeah. Belichick is the GM.
All right. My man's got the hand in the pot. He just stirred the pot. It's the Brady who put the food out there on the table and got everybody eating.
Okay,
like that.
All right.
Bill's the top dog. He's almost the owner of the team. He tells Kraft what to do. I mean, pretty much. Yeah.
All right, let me rephrase it.
I bet he do tell Kraft what to do.
What if Bill left after those 3 Super Bowls? You know, because after he won those 3 Super Bowls, it was a while since they won another one.
Oh, it was a minute. It was about
if Bill would have left, what he won? How many? Like 4 or 3 more?
Well, here's the thing: if he would have left, in my opinion, they wouldn't have had the defenses that they had. Even when they did not make the Super Bowl, the Patriots still had great defenses.
All right.
So the Patriots would have went. Honestly, they probably would have went in obscurity.
Yeah.
But we can't. I mean, we can say what if, but at the same time, the facts is the facts. Right. You feel me? I mean, even when they had that undefeated season, ain't nobody see that coming. I mean, we all know why they had that undefeated season. They had the big boss Randy Moss. I'm just saying.
Yeah, about that was Randy Moss there.
That was Randy Moss' team, to be real with you.
Yeah, anytime you got him.
Yeah, that was Randy Moss.
Anytime you can just sit back and just throw it up and my man's catch it, like, come on.
Easy, too easy.
So,
but see, Tom Brady played the game and made it his own. But one thing that I can say that the Patriots taught for 2 decades was the game is about chemistry.
They always had the right chemistry.
They always had that right chemistry. Like they know who each other like and don't like. They know who got control over this and who got like football is a chemistry game. It's all about chemistry and knowing that this guy in the other jersey that got the same colors as me got my back. That's what football is about.
And there's also the Patriot way.
And the Patriot and the Patriot way, you know.
Here's my problem though. This is why I ain't like my Patriot fans. Y'all, y'all can help me out with this one. They forgot they lost Super Bowls back in the 80s and 90s.
But that's why I'll be telling, like, what about the Super Bowls y'all lost? Like, y'all brag so hard on the Super Bowls y'all won. Y'all do realize y'all have lost before, right?
And 2 to the Giants.
And twice to the Giants.
To the same man.
It's like they're all about that, man.
They
like,
lost twice to the same man.
And
even in their perfect season.
That was exactly. That was crazy.
That was beautiful.
18-1.
18,
right. Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah,
I laughed at
that was crazy. That was crazy.
I was the only one at the. I forget where I was, but I remember that I was the only person there who said the Giants were going to win because I liked their defense. I mean, I was a Michael Strahan fan. Don't get me wrong, and it was close. But everybody talks about the Tyreek catch, but nobody talks about Plaxico scoring the game with a touchdown. But hey,
yeah, that wasn't a touchdown, but that's all right.
You would know
Lord,
what
here he go.
It wasn't a
He just
touchdown.
mad
It wasn't.
He mad because he went to worse.
So Plaxico did not score the game-winning touchdown.
It wasn't a touchdown. They called it a touchdown, but it really wasn't a touchdown. His other foot was overlapping on the foot that he landed on.
Okay, if that's the case,
I'm telling you.
If that's the case,
as a Steelers fan, I'm telling you that.
As a Steelers fan, you might not like what I'm getting ready to say.
What's that?
If that's the case, then Santonio Holmes did not score a touchdown because his left foot was that far apart the ground. Zoom in on it.
I think that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you talking about Santonio. I'm talking about Plaxico Burress.
Well, you talking about Plaxico.
See, look at you.
I'm
about to get to him.
Yeah.
No.
He mad.
Because we had Plaxico Burress too.
Yeah, but I'm talking about because Plaxico was a giant, right, for that. And I was like, wait a minute, where you going with this here?
But no, that San Antonio Holmes one wasn't a touchdown, but we thank God that he made it. He did it. I
was rooting for Kurt Warner. I was rooting for Kurt Warner that game, man. I was like, I need Kurt to get it done.
Y'all gonna turn the lights off in the Super Bowl. Y'all talking about
that wasn't us. Press pause. That was the 49ers.
That was not us.
That was not us because we was up
28-3.
Yeah, we was 35-3.
We was about to put 50 points on the 49ers that night.
Said turn it off.
And he said turn off the lights.
Hey, we were about to put 100 points on them last night.
Oh man, we was going to demolish them. And it was like, nah, we got to keep this close.
So who's the team to look out for this season?
My dark horse teams.
We don't have a lot. We really don't have a lot of things to look at. I mean, free agency haven't started. The draft isn't here yet. So, I mean, it's a lot of hope out there for some of these teams. But who do y'all guys think that is an upbringing team in the NFL right now? And then,
well, basically your dark horse team. Who you think is going to make some noise this upcoming season?
I say the Miami Dolphins. I think they're going to be my dark horse. They're going to shock the world this year. That's what they got down there is pretty cool. If Tua stay healthy, I think that's my dark horse right there.
Yeah, especially
I think Buffalo really is.
I don't think Tua's the answer.
I mean, he might not be. If right now all he has to do is throw the football, because you got two of the top wide receivers down there, and you got a really, really, really good defense. All he has to do is throw the football right now, Marquand. Really think about it. You gotta throw the football.
Yeah, but
if he can stay upright,
Tua is
like the
Trent Dilfer with a better arm.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. That's what I was gonna say. He's like the Trent Dilfer. If he stay upright and he stay healthy and throw the ball, who gonna stop? Who gonna catch him?
That makes sense though.
I mean, it's scary if it can work, but
if it can come out like that, it's scary.
Yeah, if he come out like that, or they get them a decent quarterback, I don't think they're gonna keep Tua. I think they're gonna go get rid of him because this is injury prone.
I mean, they did it. They did it.
Yeah, they did it.
Yeah,
they did it. That's my dark horse.
I feel you with Miami, but if all of that is good, but Miami got to get out their own way.
I mean,
I think they will. I think they will.
If they get out their own way, it'll be beautiful down there because it started off great.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I mean, they look what they did to us. like look what they did.
Why you bring that up?
Like, look, man, I was pissed off. I would say it. I was pissed off for that game, bro. But like Miami, they was on the come up, and then they just like we said, when Tua got hurt, it came back to earth. Do I think Tua is the long-term answer? I don't think so. But at the same time, that is who they got. I feel like that's who they're gonna run with.
That ain't who God chose for them. That ain't
you just don't like Tua.
No, I mean he's good, but they messed him up.
That is facts.
They did that, and I feel like they should be fined highly for such
atrocities.
I mean, how you got doctors out here approving players to go out on the field and almost, I don't like stuff like that, man.
Because Miami is not really used to success. They have not been successful since Marino.
These doctors be releasing these players, and they still be out there going out there playing dumb. I ain't gonna go out there. I don't care whether you clip me or not. I ain't going, coach.
Hey, my
cost you your career.
Bro, my point, that comes from the owners paying them off to get them back on the field.
That's what I'm saying, man.
That's why everybody got mad at. Like, I mean, I know it's a different subject, but look what Kawhi Leonard did. He went to a different doctor instead of going to the Spurs doctor. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because he was still injured. So, I mean, you can't go to team doctors. You have to go to a doctor.
Like somebody hit that.
It's like these teams, honestly, they don't want you to get a second opinion because it messes up their margin. Because if a star player is not on that court, exactly. If that star player, the one who puts butts in seats, they come to see David Ruffin. You know what I'm saying? If he's not there, that money, tickets. You got to think about it: ticket sales, concessions, team stores. Look, I went to the team store. It's ridiculous.
Yes, I will agree.
It was
3 chicken strips, $40.
Bro, listen, the parking,
bro.
Thankfully, we stayed like near the stadium, so we just Ubered to the stadium. But parking is about $20.
Oh, when we went, it was like 45.
Yeah, because it goes up in the regular season. Well, we went in the preseason, but it's crazy. So all that money you getting, you generating because people buying them nasty tail hot dogs. People buying that flat tail soda.
I ain't going.
People buying that stuff, man. I still got my cup in the cabinet right now.
Me too.
But if that player is out for an extended period of time,
they missing out
because they got that second opinion. Like, I don't think you should go out there because
that's how they make their money.
Yeah,
they're gonna sell them on TV. They're gonna do all that.
Right.
James, who you think is a upbringing team in the NFL?
I got 2. Well, I actually got a few.
Yeah, me too.
But, all right. I got the Broncos. I could be wrong.
Nope.
I'm not a Russell Wilson fan.
Wait a minute.
The Broncos. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But since they got Sean Payton, I feel like
I keep forgetting that.
I feel like they about to be put back on the map. Here's why. Their defense is good. They got talent receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe all they need is just Sean Payton is the answer.
We played them this year.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Go
ahead.
And my other one, they kind of not like they made the playoffs, which is the Jaguars. They're a young team. Trevor Lawrence,
balling.
The running back, I forgot the running back name, Etienne, something like that.
Yeah, Travis Etienne. He got like a Creole last name.
Right. And here's my third team. Dang, I just had them, but I forgot. Jets.
Yeah.
They just got to figure out that quarterback. That quarterback.
It's gonna be Aaron Rodgers.
If they can figure that out,
Aaron Rodgers ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers
ain't what I heard.
I don't know. Aaron
Rodgers ain't going nowhere.
But they told me they were discussing with him. But I want to see how that's gonna play out though, for real.
He ain't going nowhere.
So you said Broncos, Jaguars, Jets. Honestly, I agree with you on that though. I mean, I'm a little iffy on the Broncos just because of Russell Wilson.
Me too.
But at the same time, you mentioned Sean Payton. I keep forgetting that he's the coach now.
Right.
So
forgot all about that.
So
he may be able to show him a few Drew Brees tricks out there.
I mean, maybe
Russell Wilson gone.
It depends now if they go and sign Alvin Kamara though.
That'll be good for him.
That'll be crazy.
Yeah, that'll be
all
good
right.
for him.
I'm gonna tell y'all
Alvin Kamara.
I think he's a free
agent.
I think he's a free agent. Let me check. I don't want to give no wrong information.
I felt like they just gave him a deal. I'm not sure.
I think he's a free agent.
Let me see. No, I don't know where. He probably ain't going nowhere.
Because when I think
he got in some trouble though.
Free agent
he
running
played
back
not
Josh
guilty.
Jacobs.
Yeah,
there you go. I don't know why I kept saying. Cause I said it earlier in the show, but Josh Jacobs. I want to see them make a move with Josh Jacobs. Oh, that'll be crazy.
They I don't know. Raiders might go ahead and give Josh Jacobs that bread.
No, I'm gonna tell you why they're not gonna give him the bread, because they could have gave him the bread last year. They had Josh Jacobs playing in the preseason. Who puts a starting running back out? Other than Baltimore, who puts a starting running back out there in the preseason and let him play an extended amount of time?
Raiders, because they're trying to find rhythm.
No, because they're trying to shop him.
But honestly, that too. But honestly though, the Raiders could be a team on the upcoming, because honestly, I like what I've seen from them with their offensive line and with my man name from the Patriots. McDaniels over there. They doing a great job as far as protecting.
Are you talking about the man they drafted, Tebow?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
But see, Tebow prayed and got through. he did. Lord have mercy, man. Woo.
Nah, he gonna be at my alma mater, man. He gonna do the commencement speech at Mount Olive, man. Like, why they couldn't get him when I was graduating, bro? That was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But go ahead, man.
I think uprising team would probably be some of the ones y'all chose as far as the Jets, because they had a good draft this past offseason in defense. The only thing they're really missing is a quarterback.
That's it.
That can play, and really, that's pretty much it. Because I mean, all their skill players is young. They a young team, man. And honestly, they slapped a lot of people in the mouth this year.
Yo, it was like what Shannon Trump said. They were they was handing out fresh hills, man. All right, you got your teams. I'm gonna go ahead and throw mine out real quick so we can go ahead. We've been up here like an hour, yo. My bad, yo. All right, my first team, I ride with them every year, and they slowly come together. Detroit. Watch out for them. Watch out for Detroit, man. Because
I agree. That was one of my four. I had a couple of teams, but yeah.
Watch out for them. Because I mean, last year, I think did they go like 9-8? Is it 9-8, 8-9? One of them two.
I think they did have a winning season,
but they on the come up. I've been saying that for the past couple of
and
years.
They got
Detroit is on it. Yeah.
Jameson, the receiver.
Exactly.
Every time I hear about the show, I think of that coach.
Chill, man. Chill, bro. Man. My next team that's gonna be on the come up, honestly, I hate to say it, but Cleveland.
Cleveland. I was gonna say them, but my
Cleveland
still aside.
I gotta look at it from a football aspect, man. Cleveland. I'm not gonna say they're gonna be on the come up this year. Next year, though, it all depends on how the salary cap, does that, and it all depends on how everything falls. But I feel like Cleveland, they might not gonna contend for the division, but I feel like they're just gonna be on the come up. They're gonna bust somebody in the head. That's what
you think. Cleveland is going.
No, I ain't gonna say they're gonna come out like gangbusters, but I'm saying they're gonna bust somebody in the head now. Come on.
They're gonna run into some money problems, bro.
They are, and I know that. And that's why I said it depends on that salary
Garrett,
cap.
Yeah, they got to pay him.
That's why I said they got a year.
And Nick Chubb.
They got a year.
Denzel Ward.
They got a year.
Yeah.
They got a year.
David Njoku, whatever his name.
But I think they was trying to get rid of him last offseason though. The tight end.
Then they got some good offensive line.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. You got a year to get yourselves together.
And
let me get my third team out, and then y'all can have at it. My third team, y'all ain't gonna like this one. But DC, doggone Commanders. I see them making some noise. I see them playing spoiler to some people. I ain't gonna call it. I ain't gonna say who though. But I'm saying I see them playing spoiler. I see them coming up.
They don't even know who their quarterback is.
That's what I'm saying. They're playing with a Heineke.
It's gonna be Heineke.
Heineke.
Nah.
Did y'all not see them for that little stretch last year?
It's gonna be Heineke, man. Heineke's gonna.
They was
take
good,
over.
but think about it. They were contending for the playoffs throughout the year.
They don't believe in Heineke.
How is that? And he came in and took.
They took him out. They pulled him when he was healthy.
That's my dark horse. That means they gonna bust somebody in the head.
They ain't gonna bust
I
somebody.
I ain't saying they.
And Ron Rivera.
I'm gonna tell you my real reason. I feel like they're gonna get Lamar Jackson. That's how I feel like they're gonna come up on the come up.
Oh, he gonna go down the street.
He gonna go down the street around the corner. He gonna get on. He going to make a left when you leave the stadium. He gonna make a left, right? And you're on Russell Street, and it's gonna turn into the Baltimore-Washington Parkway. Then you gonna get off on that exit, hit the Beltway. It's gonna take you to Landover. That's where he going.
Good guy. They gonna ride around the corner on
Guess
y'all.
what?
That's like 40 miles.
Same thing like the Browns. Money issue. Money. They gotta pay premier pass rushers.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
Josh Sweat.
Like they just invested in Scary Terry.
Payne.
I give you that. They just invested in Scary Terry.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Washington is that team that is stupid enough to do something that's catastrophic like that and taking Lamar Jackson from the Ravens.
That ain't gonna make them successful though.
I'm not saying they're gonna go out there and shock the world to win a Super Bowl or nothing. I'm talking about teams that could be possibly on the come up. Washington could possibly be one of those teams. Think about it. They was in the playoff race for the majority of last year.
Yeah, but the division they in right now, and the way we just talked about how the Giants didn't have a taste of the offseason. The Eagles had a successful. Shoot, even the Cowboys was up there riding for a little while, and I despise
as well as
Cowboy fan.
As well as the Commanders. They was up there riding high too until they started getting hurt. And then they did the whole quarterback flip-flop thing y'all were talking about, because I don't know why they went back to Wentz. Matter of fact, they could have made the playoffs.
Maybe because he was a veteran.
Honestly, they didn't go back to Wentz. They went to their rookie quarterback. I forgot the name.
But something about Wentz.
But didn't they cut Wentz though?
They just cut him like yesterday.
Then he signed to the Falcons?
He did.
Or the Colts?
No, he didn't sign.
I'm talking about Matt Ryan.
You think about Ryan. I think he retired, but
yeah, he just need to go. Yeah,
I really think just by the fact that Washington defense is really not that bad.
No, it isn't.
And just by looking at their receiving core and tight end, they're not that bad. And then you got the mixture of Eric Bieniemy in there, who he might not have called all the plays. He should know that playbook front to back.
But see, the thing about Washington is that's going to hold them back, in my opinion, is that they've been dragging their feet over the last few years and getting that franchise quarterback that they need.
But
they're suffering the same thing that the Jets. One. Because
check this out. Go ahead, finish up my phone. Go ahead.
Because good God, Washington should have had their franchise quarterback by now. You look around the league, a lot of these teams, like the small margin of Washington finding that piece is getting real slim, because you're finding that more teams are finding that franchise player that they need. So they should have been with the draft picks they didn't have over the last 3-4 years. NFC East ain't been as good as they've been this year as far as record wise. So they've been getting some low round picks.
Yeah, and the last flop RIP they had was Dwayne Haskins. That was
Dwayne, yeah.
But RIP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so that
doggone all these good picks they didn't have, and you mean to tell me they have yet to find a solid position at quarterback?
That's why I feel like they will give their right arm for Lamar Jackson.
That is Aaron Rodgers.
Or no, I think they'll go to Lamar.
Oh, Jackson. If Aaron Rodgers go to Washington, you better wake up. You alone lock this went off.
That's why I feel like they're going to give that right arm for Lamar Jackson. That'll be the only way I'll be okay with seeing Lamar leaving because I know he's going to go down there and ball. That's just me.
Listen, but they can't pay dude. They can't pay Lamar. They can't pay Lamar.
But he's already on record by saying he did not ask for a fully guaranteed contract. I don't know how true that is, but Stephen A. Smith and all that stuff.
Right.
But honestly, they might can't pay him now. But I think they'll pay him. If if they say okay, because if in order for him to get traded, he got to sign a franchise. He got to sign that franchise tag. He signed a tag. He traded to DC. If they make that trade, of course they got the money to pay him. The salary cap just went up this year.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, they got other premier players that they have to pay. Pass rushes ain't cheap.
Yeah, cheap.
And they ate a lot of dead money by just bringing in street free agents, man.
Yeah, that is
Think
true.
about it.
I give you that.
Quarterbacks ain't cheap. Even the backup
aren't cheap. They're not cheap, but pound for pound, when the dust settled, when the smoke cleared, Washington was contending for the playoffs last year.
But what you think Washington gonna give up to get them though?
They're gonna have to give up their arm and leg and 2 toes.
Exactly.
They ain't got nothing.
Exactly.
Hey, look, I'll take Scary Terry off. I would pay Scary Terry.
Oh, they're gonna pay him.
Yeah, they're gonna pay him.
You got to come up on some collateral.
But think about this.
Collateral, that's everything they got. You gonna trade away Scary Terry to get a quarterback? Now your quarterback ain't got nobody to pass to.
Do you think that? Go ahead, man.
Do you think Ron Rivera is going to do that? Come on.
That is a good question.
That's what I was trying to get at. You see what happened in Carolina? Come on. He's good from bringing quarterbacks off free agent. That. Come on, man.
But think about it.
They just fired.
They ain't competing in that division. I don't think so.
But they were. They were
because of the defense. The defense. That's why.
He's gonna. But as
I'm
far
gonna
as
so you mean to tell me Washington is not going to bust nobody in the head next year?
They'll bust a few teams in the head because of their defense.
They're not going to play sport somebody.
How long can their defense pull the upset?
The defense won't really.
I mean, you got to be honest. Like, you don't want your defense playing more snaps than your offense.
That's true. But think about it. We're talking about what we think as a team that could be possibly on the come up. Possibly. Y'all talking like they ain't got no chance. Like it's over for the boys. Y'all talking like it's over for the
I'm
boys.
not saying that.
They were just in the playoffs. What, the year before last or the year before that? One of them years they was just in the playoff. They were just in the playoffs.
They were just in the playoffs and everything. But at the same time, like when you look at the division, I don't think about the Commanders. When I say NFC East, Commanders is like one of the last teams I mentioned in that division.
But see, but you gotta look at how I said it. A lot of stuff gotta happen for them to be on the come up.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing, like y'all said, and we can all agree, is the quarterback position. They're gonna need a quarterback. I get that.
Right.
We're saying, I'm just talking hypothetically. Because it's my feeling. I honestly feel like, and I know I said this last week on the show. I've got a feeling that Lamar is going to DC. Because
Fonz.
Yo.
I think that'll happen when Eric Bieniemy become head coach.
it's not going to happen now.
I don't think it's going to happen now, but I feel like it's going
But
to
I
happen
think in the next
coach.
couple of years when Bieniemy becomes the head coach.
Week six.
Yeah,
he could be in the room.
Yeah, it'll probably happen then.
Wow. I don't know.
I mean, let's see.
The Commanders.
Let's see what Washington got to offer. Let's see what
They
Washington.
definitely giving up 2 first-round picks or maybe 3.
That's about it
at minimum,
because I don't think they can really sacrifice. No, I mean they can sacrifice somebody, but for their success, they're in a position where they're what they have. It's essential. It's essential to them. They need to keep every playmaker they got. They need to keep Terry.
So you mean to tell me
and Gibson,
if the opportunity arises, and the Ravens be like, okay, we need 3 first rounders, and possibly 2 second rounders, and a third, and you can have Lamar Jackson. You mean to tell me they wouldn't do that?
That's expensive.
That's a lot of collateral.
Hold on.
Collateral.
I'm just throwing stuff out there.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna take no deal like that. That's a lot.
No. What do you mean? There's a lot. A lot of first round picks haven't even really panned out. Name the last first round pick that really panned out.
Like pick no, or just first round, just
first overall pick. Let's say Washington. Let me check their pick. Hold on.
Number 1 picks that has been successful over the last about 3-4 years.
Okay, I got one for you. Y'all ready for this one? Baker Mayfield. What he doing today?
He went to the graveyard team.
What he doing right now? Where he at right now?
Rams. He ain't doing nothing over there either.
But he can't.
But then they put him.
So they got the 16th overall pick. They got the 47th overall. They got the 97th overall. You mean to tell me you wouldn't get those 3 picks to get a Lamar Jackson? You got a 16th round pick. You got the 16th pick. The quarterback is gonna be gone.
I don't think
quarterbacks are gonna be gone.
I don't think they're going to sell like that for the quarterback position because they need so much other things to work out in Washington. It's a lot of other.
But if you get a quarterback that could potentially be a franchise quarterback, you wouldn't give that price. You're already going to have to pay him.
They need those draft picks, though, Fonz. Those draft picks is essential. I don't think they'll trade for it. I don't think they'll trade for it.
According to the NFL mock draft database, their needs are cornerback, linebacker, quarter, like the throwing guy, offensive tackle, linebacker, tight end, defensive lineman, safety, edge rusher, running back, wide receiver, kicker, punter, long snapper. Quarterback is 3rd on the list. You mean to tell me if I give you 3 picks to get the quarterback that I need,
and Lamar Jackson gonna be right in the same position he was?
Hey, that's on him. If he want to leave. I ain't gonna stop him. I'm not. Look,
exactly.
It's like a woman.
He's gonna be right.
That's
back
on him. That is on him.
Situation that he's not going to DC.
But I got 3 extra picks in my pocket. So if he decides to walk out the
door,
you
think about for the success of Baltimore. I'm talking about for the success of
Baltimore. If he decides to walk out,
talking about.
I'm playing seeds.
I'm over here trying to get.
No. Let me get my point.
This is about Lamar Jackson's success.
Once
he's not going to go to DC.
Once he decides, if he decides to say, okay, I'm leaving. If DC gonna give you that price, I'm leaving. If he decides that is on him.
That's not happening.
That is on him.
That ain't happening because Washington got
you asked me a hypothetical question, and I give you a hypothetical answer, and you saying I'm wrong for my opinion.
No, I'm not telling you wrong for your opinion, but you saying that Lamar Jackson is going to the Commanders.
It's a hypothetical question, and I drew up a whole hypothetical scenario in my head to get Lamar where he need to be and get us what we need because we need extra picks.
But you gave up about 6 first-round picks in the next 2 years for Lamar Jackson.
But did I not just go back and look at their draft order and say they got the 16th overall, they got the 47th overall, and they got the 97th overall? Okay, I can give you those, and you let me have Lamar because Washington is that stupid enough to do it.
Mama Jackson ain't gonna like this. Mama Jackson ain't gonna like this.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, y'all you gave me a hypothetical question.
You answered the question like it was ass. I understand.
Hey, Fonz, I think he better off going like what we talked about earlier with Chicago.
And that's another. We talked about this off camera. Okay, Chicago. You let me get the first overall. Let me get a couple first, next couple drafts you can, and give me Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
Give me Justin Fields. I'll take him.
Nah.
He's a great value. I mean, he was running some of the same plays that Lamar, the Ravens offense has ran in the past few years. So he kind of know the system. I can take that receiver.
Browns did a lot to get Justin Fields. Why would they give up on him?
Would you?
No.
You? Oh my gosh.
Wait, what you mean?
I mean, if I was the Browns GM, I did a lot to get Justin Fields, and then I'm gonna just give up on him. I wouldn't do that.
But the thing is, with Justin Fields, they earned the number 1 pick. They earned the number 1 pick. So, in my opinion, if they did all that to get him, then the work that they did was in vain because they got the number 1 pick. So if I was them,
they didn't have talent. They didn't have talent though.
Again,
that's why they got.
If EDC every dollar counts, call up Chicago right now and be like, look,
hey, they got record-breaking bankroll.
They got the money. They got that money though. So if EDC be like, look, bro, check this out. Let me get you first overall. Let me get 2 more first. Next couple of drafts. You can have Lamar and just give me Justin Fields. You can have Lamar. You give me that, you can have.
They won't do that. They like what they saw. They like what they saw out of Fields.
Yeah, because he was doing some of the Ravens stuff. They took Greg Roman's offense and perfected it, to be real.
But check this out. Running quarterbacks don't last long in the league. They already seen that Lamar been banged up already.
Baltimore ain't trying to sign Lamar Jackson.
They're not trying to do that.
I mean, I look at it like this though. In my intelligence, it's like there'll be a fool to do that because, he was hurt for 10 games. He missed 10 games, but he still has I want to say he's top 5 in winning percentage since 2018. I want to say that he does have a unanimous MVP under his belt. And he does got 1 playoff win. That's more than Justin Fields got.
Well, look at what Justin Fields at, man. Be real, man. Come on now.
Nah, see, y'all putting other variables into it.
Yes, I am putting the X and Y.
You can't be
algebra
again.
Algebra.
Y'all present me with the stereo. I answer the question.
I'm putting all.
You can't do that.
No, you threw me off with Washington, man. Come on, man.
But I would do it if I'm Baltimore. I would all right, take it. Okay, that's
you will mess up the franchise.
I would implode Washington.
You will mess up.
I will implode Washington.
The first round picks.
Hey, but see, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
But good God,
y'all say he's in the same position. He'll be in the same position there
if he went.
And he's in Baltimore. Yeah. Okay. He did a lot more with less.
Except for
he won an MVP with lesser talent.
Instead of having Mark Andrews, he got Scary Terry. And instead of having J.K. Downs, he got Antonio Gibson.
Okay.
In the same predicament, it's just flip-flop.
Again, once he leaves that castle, it is no longer my problem.
See, that's the issue. That's what I'm saying. You talking about for the
once he go
of Baltimore. You talking about for the success of Baltimore. And for the success of Baltimore, y'all need to sign Lamar Jackson.
Nah. I don't see it happening though. I don't see it happening.
Oh, y'all signing Lamar Jackson. Y'all let Lamar Jackson walk. This is the worst crime ever.
It's gonna be a clown move, yes. But look at the longevity past that. First of all, it's gonna be a domino effect if that happens. First of all, Eric DeCosta is gonna be fired. John Harbaugh is gonna be gone. I've been asking for 10 years for John Harbaugh.
What?
I don't like Harbaugh.
What?
I don't like Harbaugh.
Me neither.
Wow.
It's time for him to go.
Now, come on, man. It was some times you was screaming get Tomlin out of there now. Let's not do that.
But see, it ain't Tomlin.
But see, I got a legitimate gripe against Harbaugh, though.
See?
Well, first of all,
see how yet.
Harbaugh is too arrogant to change. You now here's the thing. A long time ago, you stared me down on Harbaugh. You thought real highly of Harbaugh. I'm like, no, I don't.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm so disappointed.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Why are you disappointed? Why are you disappointed?
Finish your statement.
Okay, so he's too arrogant to change. The league is changing. What is Harbaugh still trying to do?
The same thing.
The
You
same
gotta
thing he was
evolve
doing.
to stay.
The Baltimore Ravens, how they've been doing it.
Exactly. That's my main gripe. 2, he could have very well made a push for the enemy. But he hired one of his boys for the OC.
Right.
Why? Because his sister said call him. His sister said you need to talk to Todd Monken. He's a really good guy. What?
He talked to him.
The past few OCs that Harbaugh has something to do with him at some point. If it was with Jim Harbaugh, their daddy, or him, if they have any connection to that Harbaugh family, oh yeah, you got a job. So you rather sit in mediocrity and be like, "It's all right, we good, we winning regular season games, we good."
Y'all the only, I mean, y'all one of the teams that's like right there from like just winning the Super Bowl. Literally. With Lamar Jackson on the field. Y'all dangerous.
With what receiver? What receiver we got?
That's the only thing about it though. See, y'all in the better position to go ahead and sign Lamar, what he's worth. Go on the draft some. If it's not skilled players, draft some, in the trenches, some offensive linemen, some tight ends, some defensive linemen. You got some good young middle linebackers. You ain't got to worry about middle linebackers.
Not for at least 4 years.
You may have to sign maybe 1 or 2 of your corners. One of them due for a contract.
Well, we need a corner because I don't want Marcus Beasley back.
Yeah, y'all gonna trade him.
But y'all need to keep Marlon Humphrey though.
Oh yeah,
he locked that. Y'all just drafted a safety, a good safety.
Yeah, I give him that.
Doggone. So really, y'all go ahead and sign Lamar Jackson. Ain't no telling what might transpire in the free agency as far as receivers.
When have you seen Baltimore prioritize a wide receiver? Name the last starting caliber star wide receiver that graced Russell Street.
What, that has ever been there?
That's been a part of the Ravens team. Star receivers in their prime.
Steve Smith.
Steve Smith.
Yeah. Did he get there when he was about 36? 35?
Steve Smith.
Dude,
bro.
Steve
He never had a
Anquan Baldwin.
1K season.
Anquan Bolden. Okay, I give you Bolden, but at that time, Bolden was on the tail end of his career as well.
And he never had a 1K season either.
He did not go grace 1,000 yards while he was with the Ravens.
Torrey Smith.
We drafted him.
Torrey Smith.
I said that last week. The best receiver that we ever had was Torrey Smith. And they ain't even saying much.
Man,
they ain't even saying much.
Jacoby Jones was all right.
He was a punt returner.
I know.
I ain't gonna lie. I was a fan. I ain't even front. I was a fan of Jacoby, man. I ain't even mad at him. But I'm saying, like, I've never, after 2012, when Harbaugh got that taste of winning, dude just got big-headed. Like, shoot, I got a Super Bowl. Y'all can't fire me. What? Fire me? But then he was about to get fired, and Lamar Jackson came and saved his job. That's why I feel like Ravens going to sign Lamar. Honestly, out of all that trash I done talked, like about him going to Washington and whatever, I really feel like the Ravens, honestly, at the end of the day, they're going to sign Lamar Jackson. Because if they don't, it's going to be bad in Baltimore. I won't be going to Baltimore this year. I know that much. But man, we've been up here almost 2 hours. So we're gonna go ahead and shut it down. I think I'm going to break this episode in like 2 parts.
Yeah, you're gonna have to chop
I'm
all
at
this all the way down. Just take.
Yeah, so Corey, he said he had to work, so he had to be out. So appreciate you, Corey, for coming on. James, man, we appreciate you every time, man. There's always a conversation, always a great conversation, man. So
Good talk.
yeah, so it was this is about the best show we did in a long time. But we're gonna go ahead and sign off. But before we do that, remember on Facebook, go to the War Room, and if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or even watching on YouTube, hit us up, subscribe, please, and thank you. And of course, leave us a rating, and if you're in the War Room, we'll let you in there, regardless of team affiliation. So if you're a Cowboy, we'll let you in there. Just
don't say nothing.
Don't say that. Stay in the back. You can't. Only thing you can say is you don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing. Raise your hand. You want to speak.
Raise your hand. Use your inside voice. All right, so we're gonna sign off, man. It's been the Back Foot Sports Podcast with your man Foz.
Jinx.
All right, and my man James, man, we out, yo. We out.